Hi everybody, my name is Anna Purnell and I am going to be your instructor this semester, whether you're in my Women in Literature class or in my Literature and Popular Culture class. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about how I run my class, because it's not like how everybody else does it, and some other important information that I want to make sure you understand on the very first week of class so that you can make decisions that you need to. Realize that you will be signing off on these policies when you take the introductory module exam, and that means you're saying you understand what I've said and you agree to abide by the rules that I'm setting out here. It's no harm, no foul if you go, whoa, this is like crazy, or I don't want to be held to this. But I want to make sure that you get to do that within the first week. If you decide you don't like it, and if you decide you're okay with the way I do business, then we're off to a great start for the semester. So, a quick basic and a reminder, there are two ways to get in touch with me. There's phone calls and there's texts, of course, both to my phone number, which is listed there and I think everywhere on our course websites. The second way is via email. If you contact me via email, you must include a phone number so that I can call you back. And here's why. I teach all my classes online, and I'm on the go a lot, and I check my email from my smartphone instead of having to wait for me to go home, open up my computer, sit down and type to you. What I can then do is call you back and give you a complete answer to your question. The other thing, this is sort of, I'm being selfish here too. I am an English teacher after all, and so it takes me longer to write an email because I want to get it right. I want to make sure that it's exactly as I want it to be. So I don't mind if you email me. However, don't turn in assignments via email unless you and I have talked, and that's the way you're going to do it. All of our assignments are submitted through Blackboard. Sometimes there's a problem, and I may ask you to do that. The other way we use email is as official correspondence within the college. So that means if you need to have your attendance verified, for example, you need to send me a doctor's excuse, you need to connect me up with a coach or somebody, or you need to send me some other kind of information that I either need to fill out or see, please use email for that. There is no problem with it. Do be aware that, no matter how hard they try to fix it, sometimes email just doesn't show up. So let's keep in touch that way. Again, the very best way to get in touch with me is via text, and it's very easy for me to call you back. Okay? I want to talk now about the part of my classes that drives people nuts. There are two parts to my grading practices. One of them is points. Anytime you do an assignment, you follow the instructions and you turn it in on time, you get points. And you amass these points throughout the semester. Please understand, doing all the work is not a guarantee of anything. It is a guarantee, it is an expectation of the class. You need to do the assignments in order to lead you through the class to get you to the kinds of information and practices that you want to get to, okay? What determines your grade in the end is having done all of the work and having a level of writing consistent with the grade you hope to get in the final portfolio. You get chances to revise your papers, and then you turn a certain number of them in at the end of the semester in a final portfolio. And that final portfolio must have, for example, most people want an A-level writing for you to get an A. And I'll explain that in a minute, but I just want to say it again so you understand it. I should call this presentation, "You are not getting an A in my class." Now, you certainly may get an A, but most people don't. Most people get an A, B, or a B, provided that they have turned in the work. Now, let me talk about why I do this. Both Women in Literature and Literature and Popular Culture are college-level transfer classes. I cannot certify that you are an A-level writer on this topic unless you really are. And we'll talk about what A, B, C, D, E, F level writing is. But I need you to understand that no matter how hard you work, and no matter how many, no matter that you turn everything in on time, you still may not get an A unless your portfolio is at that level. Now, you're going to get a lot of help in this. There are tons of presentations that take apart how to write a good response paper. There is lots of links to outside resources. In addition, there is all the announcements that I post, and those announcements model, meaning they give you a model of some kinds of the kinds of analysis that I expect you to do in your paper. So we'll talk a lot more about this during the semester, but you need to understand that you're not getting an A in my class unless you're writing at an A level, okay? So that's one of the things I had you sign off on. And I do this little song and dance at the beginning of the semester so that you're not, at the end of the semester, you're not really mad at me because you got an AB instead of an A. One thing I will say is that if you need an A in this class, you're coming in here knowing I have to have an A in this class, drop it. Unless you're sure that you can write at an A level or that with some practice, you will end up at that A level that you want, okay? Otherwise, please, please, please understand that an AB in a college level transfer course is great. That is a great grade, and it's really good. But if you are relying on this class to fix your grade point or anything like that, I cannot promise you that it will. I simply can't. And here I'm staring into the electronic eye of my little webcam, just really, really hoping that you get this message now to save us both much heartache at the end of the semester, okay? My job is not to give you an A. My job is to teach you and to give you a good value for your money. That's my job. You paid for that, not for a grade. My hope is that everybody gets an A. I want you all to do great. My even more profound hope is that you really like this class. But my job is to share my expertise, the things that I know, the ideas that I have about the literature that we'll be reading in these two classes, to provide you with resources in terms of course content that will help you become a better writer, and also to connect you to resources if you need extra outside help. Okay? It's also to provide input that will help you improve your writing. Now, we come to the second thing that drives people nuts about my classes, which is I don't provide any written feedback at all. Now, that may seem crazy, but it's actually not, because every single thing I would say to you in that written feedback is said eloquently and at length in the presentations and the PowerPoints and all that kind of stuff. Now, I understand that it is difficult for some people to apply what you read. You know, somebody says, you need to do X. And you're like, well, but how do I do X in my own writing? I understand that. So the way that we deal with that is that you meet with me on the phone. We never have to see each other face to face, although we can, depending on the time and situation, but that's more difficult to arrange. But I meet with you, and we go over your work. And I will go over, we'll probably spend an hour to 45 minutes. And I will spend as much time as it takes with you to explain what it is that I'm looking for, the things that I want, the things you might want to consider. Plus, even though I'm being like sort of grim and doom and gloom, I'm fun to talk to on the phone. But you drive that bus, not me. Okay, I'm not going to chase you down, and because I can't. I have, let's see, I start the semester with about, I think I'm at about 100 and, around 125, 150 students, and I can't chase people down. So you have to come to me. You have to make an appointment with me. I will make myself available to you so that I can help you. My hours are very flexible, and that is part of my job, and I want to do it. But I can't do it unless you get in touch with me on a regular basis asking for direction and guidance, okay? Please be aware, if you get to the end of the semester and I've never talked to you, you're going to have a hard time getting a hold of me because everybody else will be talking to me on the phone, okay? The other thing is that my job is to assess your work fairly and accurately according to the class standards, okay? I can't give you a different grade because you're an awesome person, even though I know you are, every one of you. I have to grade you fairly because what I am doing is sending you off to your next venue of education, saying to that college, you're ready to perform at this level. Your job, as compared to my job, is to follow the directions, to use the resources that I have provided for you, to ask for help, and to complete all the assignments. And I want to stress, please, don't just ask for my assistance. There's all this great stuff at Madison College to help students, especially now with a big renewal. There's so much support for students for help with their writing. We have a great new writing center, and there is other kinds of help if you need it. You are in charge of your education as a college student. I know you guys know that, but because we as instructors cannot take care of you, it's up to you to really advocate for yourself. Get the help you need. Get assistance with editing if you feel like that's a weak point. And even though I've probably scared the bejeebies out of you at this point, really, really enjoy this class. I think we're going to have a lot of fun this semester, and I really look forward to working with you. Have a great day.